Hello friends, it's your girl Veniece Antoinette
and Amomo Chanel
here with another episode of Sip and Spill. And today we have another special guest,
Jameel Poteat.
So Poteat is here to talk to us from the male perspective of
dating an athlete. A lot of girls think that's a big come up, but is it really? Is it a headache? Is it a win? Stay tuned. Alright, so let's start out with asking the athlete here. What do you think a girl should know when she's trying to date an athlete?
It comes with a lot. I would say you can't be insecure with yourself. Because is it crazy? Hold up, what kind of athlete? Because it's different. It's guys that just play sports. It's guys that are, that are great at what they do. But I would say the guys that are great, the guys that get a lot of attention.
Right.
Would it be tough? Yes. But I think you should, that getting into the relationship, you know what I mean? Like, it comes with a lot. It comes with a lot. It's a lot of girls that are after you because of that, after you because of what they think you can be, dollar signs, So, is it tough? Yeah. You gotta deal with a lot of bullshit too. You see I can cuss, so you can deal with a lot of bullshit. But in the long haul, I think it's alright.
Yeah, from the female's perspective, when I was in college, I did date an athlete, and I definitely agree. You have to be very, very. I feel like you have to be confident in not just yourself, but in your partner as well. Because there's a lot of things that they can't control. Like a lot of women, when I was dating an athlete, a lot of the women who were dating other athletes that I noticed, they couldn't deal with like him not being able to have as much time for her, or like dealing with, like he said, all the groupies, because a lot of women see him, especially when you go to, like I did, a D1 school, it's like everyone sees him like, oh, he's gonna make it, like, so it's like you just have to be secure, that's the word I'm looking for, secure in your relationship and in yourself, and be able to hold through it. But at the same time, it's like, I feel like for men, because with women are constantly being seeked for. So women, we're used to curving dudes, whereas dudes, y'all are usually seeking women. So when women are seeking you, it's kind of harder to turn that down. Would you
False.
agree? What?
False.
You don't agree?
That's false.
How?
Because it's a lot of thirsty girls out there. I feel like a lot of athletes that are watching, they understand, because it was times like after games, girls are just DM me or things of like of that nature. I mean, it's times where like guys I know we do shooting the DMs and do all that stuff like that, but I think girls do it too. I think it's almost like 60-40. It might be close.
No, I think girls do it to guys that have status.
I was gonna say that.
You may feel that way if you have status, then you're used to it.
Because you have it from a different perspective, because you were an athlete.
Right.
So that's true. So I guess you can be used to it then.
Yeah.
So is it hard to turn down all the ladies coming after you?
At what point in my life are you talking about?
When you were playing sports, like was it hard?
In the beginning, it was the shit. Because it's like, you come up, you see, for me, I'm just gonna talk about myself. I come up like watching Shady, and me and him were really close, and I was in the clubs with him, and you see all that stuff. And then it gets to a point where like, damn, I'm doing alright. I'm up there scoring, and things like that start happening to me. So at first I loved it. You love the fame. It was crazy. You go to D1 college, you go to the club, and you get a lot of love.
Right.
And then once you start getting older, you start maturing. You really start understanding different situations. I had my daughter my freshman year of college.
Okay.
She changed my life. She made me start. I would say like respecting females. I didn't want how I treated a female to somebody treat her like that.
Right.
So she kind of made me mature faster than I wanted to. But I say that, that helped me out a lot. But when I first, like I said, when I was younger in high school, I thought all the girls and everything, that was cool. But once I got older, you start getting more mature. You start getting smarter of like, why is she really here? If I wasn't playing sports, would you be here? And that's why, like, my relationship I'm in now, man, my girlfriend, she put up with hell with me. Like, she like it was some crazy shit I put her through, you know, and now we're still together, you know, and I salute her for that because I put her through some shit. You know what I mean? Like being an athlete, it's tough, you know, because we go through so much that a lot of people don't see. Everybody just sees the Saturday the game day.
Right.
Nobody sees like during the week when we got practice, class, lift, and we get to talk to our family for an hour. And it's like we talk to you, like say you talk to your girlfriend, y'all arguing. It's like it's tough, you know, because we bringing that stress from practice to y'all, you know. So it's tough for y'all. It's a lot of things that. You know, a lot of people don't really realize, you know, they just always see the guy, groupies, and all that. Man, it's more than that, because we be stressed the hell out. We be stressed.
I think it's decent that you were able to grow, and the girl that, you know, stuck with you through all that, you know, now she's reaping the benefits of your maturity. Because at the same time, I can't really blame a young guy who's playing sports and popping to, like, want to indulge in it a little bit, you know what I mean? But I definitely think it's also a time to grow up, and I'm glad that you did that. So
So for a girl who, like, let's say a girl is dating an athlete, at what time would you suggest is best for a girl to date an athlete? Like towards the end of his college career, when he's possibly going off into the NFL? Like,
you gotta start from the bottom.
Okay.
You gotta start from the bottom, just because during that time, he's gonna treat you like another chick. If you come at the end, you just another chick. But if you start with him, like say from high school, he know you real. You know, the biggest thing is his mom. Cause as athletes, like during times, like I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like I was bringing, no disrespect to any of the girls back in the day, but I was bringing a lot of girls, you know, around. You know, and my mom at the time, she would like check certain girls and be disrespectful, but I didn't understand. But at the end of the day now, like she trying to protect her son.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I say at the beginning, you know, you got to show that you're real, show who like the real you, because it's times, man, like that's why I respect my girlfriend so much. Like the track I was on, I was supposed to be in the NFL right now. You know, I faced a lot of, you know, ups and downs in my career, and it helped me to be the man I am today. But things turn left, you know, injuries and other things happen, but things turn left, and it's not where I thought I was going to be, but she still stayed real. You know what I mean? So I'll take a bullet for her. I respect her, you know, because I was going through a lot of things in my life. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, damn, I'm supposed to be in the league. Like, what am I going to do now? And she was like, come on, you still good. You can do this. You can do that. You can run this business. So, man, I think females play a big part in athletes' life because we go through so much. Like, with coaches, the BS, like it's times like the media's coming at you. And it's like it's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that people really don't understand.
I have an interesting question for you.
Okay.
Let's fast forward like 10 years from now, and your daughter wants to date an athlete. What do you say?
I was gonna ask that too.
Wow. What sport does he play?
Doesn't matter.
Same sport as you.
Football? Damn. I don't know. I have to say yes. I have to let her. I have to let her do what makes her happy.
But are you worried? Are you?
Of course.
Yeah. Okay.
Of course, because he'd probably be the same young dude I was. You know what I mean? Immature, dumb, living in the moment, living up to a certain type of status that everybody else wants you to live up to. You know, so it's tough, you know, because you're put under so much pressure because of what everybody wants you to be, you know. So would I be scared? I would be scared because I'd kill somebody for that little girl, you know. So once a dude break her heart or he have a bad game and do something disrespectful to her, like I'll have a fit. So,
as you should.
But she has a little brother that's like a year younger than her.
Okay.
So I think he should be able to handle that. He should be able to handle that.
So, can you knock a girl who is basically not able to deal with the lifestyle or deal with the disrespect or everything that she's put through with you being an athlete?
Yeah, I can knock her. Say no. No, I can't knock her. Cause that was like my relationship. It was just so I knew I loved this girl, but I was putting her through so much shit. You know what I mean? And that was time like she couldn't. It's not like she couldn't handle it, but she had more self-respect for herself than that. What I was doing, you know, like she loved me. She loved where we was going. But I was just wild. You know what I mean? So I don't knock you. A lot of girls, I would say, take it to the chin, but I feel like once you get that fame and once she start living that life too, she lose self-respect for herself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I don't lose respect for you. I actually respect you more for walking away because that shows me that you really care about yourself. You know what I mean? Like you don't care about all the fame, all the bullshit. You know, you really you don't lose your principles. You know,
Right.
you don't lose what you stand for some little fame. But man, that shit happened to me though. But it at the time, you know, it's cool, whatever. She'll be back, and then once you figure she ain't coming back, for a while, that shit kind of hurts. But
Amber, I know for me, I've dated an athlete in college. Would you ever date an athlete?
Look, I know we said for our New Year's resolution, we weren't going to assume the words, but like,
I can't deal with it.
I know. I'm not going to happily like go into that situation. I'm not going to put
I feel like you're lying though.
I'm
So say like,
lying about what?
say hypothetically speaking, right? You move to New York with your career, and you're in the club. And the player for the Giants come holler at you. You're gonna turn him down?
What's appealing about that? Like,
I'm just saying, are you gonna turn him down?
I want to be in a relationship with him. If we ended up in a relationship, it's
She
going
didn't say no though. She didn't say no. She definitely did not say
turn
no.
him down.
He definitely did not say no.
No, listen. I'm not. I can't. They say never, but I'm not going out looking for a baller, and I'm not gonna be like, oh, it's a baller. I gotta say, yeah, like this is my night. No,
Nobody do though.
That's a fact. No. I mean, some women do, but some people.
That's what All-Star
don't-
Weekend is all about. Everybody's going out to All-Star Weekend to find a baller. Like,
Right.
That's not true. 'Cause I went out the All-Star Weekend. It was not for that.
the majority.
But I understand what he's saying though, because sometimes it's like you get so hype in the hype of the situation, because it doesn't have to be All-Star Weekend. The Giants live in New York, so you can literally just be in New York, go out, run into them, and it just happens. Like, let me just give a scenario. So me and one of my closest friends, we went out, and one of I don't want to say his name because I don't want to deal with lawsuits, but an actor who was from The Wire, he basically was there, and that was her, like, she has the biggest crush on him, and so he actually ended up inviting us into his VIP. So it was like, even though she had a crush on him, it wasn't more of like, oh, he's a baller, blah 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 blah, but at the same time she got into the moment and was hyped, because it was like,
if it's your crush,
just-
then yeah, you're gonna be in the moment.
but I mean,
But if it's some random person that plays ball, like, okay, do I even like you? Like, I'm not gonna just like him because he plays ball. Like, I'm not gonna say I wouldn't be attracted to anybody because I don't know. But it's not.
I know, but it's like, because even another scenario I was in, when I went up for All-Star Weekend, it was basketball players everywhere, and it wasn't like, I was like, oh my God, it's basketball players, but at the same time, when they like walk past you, you might feel like something, or I'm just being honest, like, I'm just keeping it 100, and I'm not,
I'm not
out there
saying,
looking for it, but I can understand what he's saying, because it's like, you don't know the feeling until you're in it.
So I have
like,
a question though, for both of y'all. What makes athletes so different? Like, what makes you get that feeling when an athlete come up?
It's the hype of it.
I think it's
I think it's just
it's the fact that they have the choice of anybody and they're talking to you. I think that's what girls.
But you have the choice to anybody too though.
I know I do. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not
Hold up
gonna
though, because I feel like athletes are so stereotyped, and it's so crazy. Like the school, they say like, okay, athletes are jocks. We don't do our work. With girls, we can pick any girl we want. I know regular dudes that can do that though.
That's a fact, because it's about confidence. However, if that regular dude is in the same room as an athlete, I'm pretty sure the athlete's going to be chosen over
He's
him.
gonna get looked over.
Why? Because money?
Yeah, a girl likes to be with somebody that a guy like has to shut a lot of people down and just wants to be with her, as opposed to, like you said, a regular guy who would have to approach rather than someone being approached.
Right, because girls, even though a lot of them don't admit it, we like the idea of having the dude that every girl wants, and he chose me. Like, a lot of girls really want that.
Yeah.
They just don't admit it.
Okay, so what happens when an athlete stop playing sports? Do they still have the same clout to females?
To some, yeah. To some, yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest, they look at him like, oh, he was the shit back in college. He must still be in shape.
I just, maybe because I'm speaking from an athletic point of view, but I chill with some cool dudes who was just didn't play no sports, got all the girls in the world. I just think that's I don't know.
That's because you probably take it for granted because you were an athlete, but it's harder for a regular guy. I don't, like, I agree. It's regular guys.
I disagree, though. Because it could be guys, like, out here, like, around Harrisburg. Let's talk about Harrisburg. It could be people out here getting money. Girls gonna love them.
But yeah, because they getting money.
It could be people out here rapping. They gonna love them.
Yeah, because they rapping.
We live in a society of whoever's popping at the moment, everybody loves.
Yeah, we're not saying that. We're making the argument that girls like status. So a dude out here getting money, that technically is a status. A dude out here trying to rap, even if he's broke, she might see the potential in him eventually making it, and that's a status. Okay, so if I'm the athlete, right, and we have another guy who's a multi-millionaire, owns his own business and does all that, who would y'all choose? The athlete or the multi-millionaire? Who does it, who owns his own business and does stuff like that, the entrepreneur? Is the athlete a multi-millionaire?
Same thing. Who do y'all choose?
Me personally, I'm going to choose who I enjoy being around more. But most girls are going to choose the person who's the most popular.
I don't know. That's kind of, I think that's equal. Like what he was saying, like a multi-millionaire who owns his own businesses and an athlete. I think that's kind of equal. It's just going to go towards two different dynamics of women. Like,
well, let's say the women like them equally. Which one? Most women are going to pick the one that is most known, I think, that people are going to admire.
There's two dudes in a room. You either go talk to one or the other. Who you going to talk to?
If I like them both the same, just to even it out?
Football player over here, entrepreneur over here, owns his own business, multi-millionaire. Who you going to talk to?
Honestly, I think an entrepreneur would be easier to deal with. Cause
why?
Nobody knows about them as much.
That's not necessarily true.
As much as the athlete?
There's niggas on my favorite team, the Steelers, who I have no idea play for them.
Alright, let's assume.
I'm just being honest.
Assume it's like I would rather whoever has the least notoriety would be easier to deal with, honestly.
Why?
Because you don't have to I mean, a man, period. A woman is always going to worry about a little bit of what's going on. Because I think that we feel a man it's in his nature to be not monogamous.
A dog.
Yeah.
Okay.
A dog.
Okay.
But especially when you bring notoriety into it, it just makes it even easier. So the less notoriety is kind of like the easier it makes it on the woman.
That can happen in any relationship, though.
It could, but it just makes it even more difficult when it's more status in it.
You know what's crazy? That y'all probably don't know. Like, a lot of athletes, and you said like they're always in the fame and got all the light. A lot of athletes hate that. You know what I mean? A lot of athletes like being behind the scenes. And I know it's like that's the stereotype. Oh, he got all the fame, but a person like you might enjoy that type of relationship because he hates athletes. Don't really like. I've been playing football since I was 6. I never met too many guys that really like being out on the scene all the time.
That's an interesting perspective because I'm talking as someone who never dated an athlete. So.
Yeah, because it's more of a forced thing. Like they're forced to be in the spotlight, and because it's forced, at least in my experience, they don't like it. So I can agree with that as well.
So does that change your mind?
I mean,
nah, she made her decision. She done.
She done.
I'm guilty of looking into stereotypes. I buy into it, but that does make me think. But I don't know if it sways me.
That means she gonna end up with an athlete, y'all. I'm calling it 2017. By 2020, this one gonna be with an athlete.
She gonna ruin my life. She trying to ruin me.
So what's all the athlete stereotypes?
Dogs.
And they say every guy's a dog, so go ahead.
Even bigger dogs.
Yeah, I was gonna say bigger dogs, Rottweilers, pit bulls, like overly emotional.
Oh, I never thought of that one.
Overly emotional.
Yeah, but not in like emotional in more of an angry sense rather than a soft sense, if that makes sense. Like
what athletes angry?
I mean, that's just a stereotype.
We're talking about football, right?
I'm talking about all. Like, I'm not specifically, like for example, boxers. Boxers have the stereotype of being domestic, like having domestic violence, because when they get mad, boom, this girl get knocked out. That obviously isn't true for every boxer, but a lot of a lot of big name boxers that we know have been in that scenario. So boxers, Floyd Mayweather, Mike Tyson, I forget the one girl name. Yes, him. So, oh no, is it Boner or Bonner?
Bonner,
yeah.
Yeah, Bronner,
Boner,
yeah.
something like that.
Something like that. But yeah, all of them have domestic violent cases against them.
Didn't think about that. That leads into my theory.
And then for football players, the stereotype is dealing with games. Like, when, yeah, like a lot of girls feel like when they win, they're extra happy, but when they lose, it's like an anger tantrum.
I can do that. Come on. I see regular people go through stuff like that. Not regular, but people that don't do an extracurricular activity. They go through stuff like that.
I know, but I'm just saying that's the stereotype that y'all get, unfortunately. Like, because that's just. Do you have anything to add?
That was only one thing, though.
No, I said dogs and
Every guy's a dog. Every guy's
bigger dogs. Like
swings, anger tantrums.
Every guy has mood swings. Every guy has anger tantrums. What separates that from athlete?
Y'all are more extreme. That's what. That's what the stereotype. So that wraps up our episode. The lessons for today is
date an athlete
and play hard to get.
And hope he matures.
Yes, do not date him in his immature stage. Yes. Wait until he grows up, ladies. And for the fellas, hold down the chick who held you down from the beginning going up.
Yes.
That's the lessons learned.
Before we end though, ladies, so now would y'all date an athlete? A football player?
I might think about it a little more.
I would. I'd give y'all another chance. But that wraps up our episode of Sip and Spill. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button below. And until next time, deuces.